Oh, hot coffee. Hot coffee. So, you want to know a funny thing? I just did about 3-4 minutes of live broadcast. I told you guys this whole story about lightning and thunder and the gods and my coffee and my morning. And then I realized that I didn't push live. Then I realized, oh my God, it says start live video. Like, what? Start live video? Wait, I thought I did that. Somebody needs coffee. That would be me. And I am drinking my coffee. But so the first time through, it sounded really good. Everything I told you. I mean, I was just sharing a little intimacy about my morning with you, but it sounded really good. I was just telling you guys about how I love thunderstorms and how, you know, like I got startled this morning at 5:30. And anybody who had read my 5:30 post saw that, you know, I put down, and the earth rumbles when the gods throw down their swords. And that's what it's like to be woken at 5:30 in the morning by just the loud cracking and rumbling of thunder and lightning and everything. And I love thunderstorms. I love them because of the heaviness of the storm. And there is this certain comfort to me. I did grow up in Northern California in a itty bitty little house, a little bitty house in Northern California, out in the middle of nowhere land. And I just remember, actually in, I think like 4th grade, I wrote we had to tell a story. We had to turn our lives into a story. And I had to tell this story about my life. And I wrote this whole story, and I was talking about a storm coming and all this water coming and how it would just like come up to the front door, and it would like come underneath the crack and like all this different stuff. And I'm gonna have to find that story and share it. Although I bet you that I like copied something that I'm not supposed to copy because I was so little then. Yeah, but no, I woke up and there was this beautiful storm going this morning, and I felt so cozy and so great, and just the heaviness of the rain. It's a completely different feeling than those spring rains that come through that kind of are just like uplifting and cleansing. To me, a thunderstorm is more about comfort and holding space and just kind of like this, like just nurturing and just like sucking you into the earth's womb type thing. It feels so good. It just feels so good to me. So yeah, so that's what I was sharing. And I was telling you that my son came over and we had coffee and all that kind of stuff. But then I realized, you know, that I didn't push live. So obviously, none of that really ultimately matters. None of it matters at all. My message this morning is that you don't owe me anything. Well, guess what? I don't fucking owe you anything either. And that doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter our relationship. It doesn't matter our love or lack thereof, our friendship or lack thereof. If you are a new person in my life, a person that wants to be in my life, if you are somebody that is intimately involved with me, my besties, my children, my this, my that, my whatever the fuck you might want to label yourself in my life. Well, I owe you nothing, you owe me nothing. And why do I say that on this beautiful, overcast, rainy, thunderstorm morning? Well, I do have a reason. I have a reason, and it's such a strong spiritual lesson. I actually, while I was making my coffee and making my kids breakfast this morning, just moments ago, I was standing there at the coffee pot, my coffee brew again, and I had typed in the title, and then I walked away because I actually saw that Addison was online doing her live, and I'm like, oh, well, this is good. I'll just feed my kids, and I'll do this, and I'll do that, and I'll let her get through her live broadcast because she's like my right hand. She's my Robin. I'm Batman. She's Robin, and I need her on here. So I was like, I'm gonna let her finish up her stuff so that I can suck her over here to help me out. And there she is. You see? There she is. But as I was staying there, I thought I should change the title to "This is the number one thing that will cause you unhappiness and prevent your success in life in general, prevent you from thriving. So I was like, I should have titled it like, this is the number one thing that will prevent you from thriving in your life. And it is this topic right here, is this topic right here. So the reason for this topic to even come up is because yesterday I was presented this topic, and at first I found myself a little frustrated, and then I was, because somebody hit me with this complete victim mentality. And then the next thing was I felt a little bit, like almost sympathy. It wasn't compassion, it wasn't empathy, because I don't really relate, because I'm not wired like that to think that anybody really owes me anything. I tend to think that I owe people, not they owe me. And so I felt sympathy for this person, because it was obvious that they were depressed. It was obvious that they were hungry for human attention and connection. And they kept sending me, it happened here on Facebook, and they kept sending me like little sad faces and peace signs and like, okay, well, I'm sorry for bothering you. And the whole conversation started like this. I'm sorry for bothering you. I don't want to be disrespectful. I blah, 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 all this different stuff. So I felt like I was dealing with a 3-year-old that, had been scolded in some fashion. And here it was this gentleman that was probably in his 30s or 40s. I don't know. So here's the story. And because this is like a beautiful story, and I think that we're all guilty of doing this in one fashion or another, except for me, of course. Like, I never do this. No, I do it too. So yesterday I got a whole bunch of friend requests, and I am really trying not to accept friend requests from a lot of people unless they are local to my area, they are clients of mine, actual people that I know that I'm working with, or people that are in my local area, or at least within a certain radius. Anybody else I'll message typically and say, hey, can you follow me? Because I'm trying to keep my friend requests, just to the people that I'm actually working with, or the people that I actually know. Because you can only have 5,000 friend requests on Facebook. You can only have 5,000 friends. And if I end up with 5,000 friends somewhere else in this world, and then I can't actually be friends, on Facebook with my apprentice, with my children, with my family, with my clients, then I'm really not going to be able to help the people that I'm working with and everything like that. So I've been trying to really focus in on that and keep my friend list a little bit cleaner, you could say, because you can always hit the follow button, right? Like, you can always hit the follow button. You can have 100,000 people following you. That's not a big deal. So if you're watching this and you wonder, why hasn't she accepted my friend request? There you have it. If you're not local, then just follow me. Follow me and retract the friend request. It's not anything personal. So this guy, he was more local, and so I friended him. I went, okay, that's fine. And he seemed to have some good spiritual principle stuff on his profile, because I always kind of check and see anybody that I friend. I'll go and I'll explore them just a little bit, see if there's something like, where's their mind at, where's their consciousness at, that kind of stuff. So I checked in on him. Everything seemed okay. Well, he messages me, and he says, hey, blah blah blah. Thank you for accepting my friend request. And he tells me that I'm beautiful, and then so I'm out and about and I'm doing things, and then I'm actually on a phone call, and I'm walking around the store, and I'm on a phone call, and he's messaging me, and because he saw that I read his comments, but I didn't respond. So then he messages me, oh, well, I guess you just don't have the time to connect here. I was hoping to actually be able to talk to you, but I guess you don't have the time of day for me. So I quickly messaged him back, hey, whoa, not trying to be rude to you or anything, but I happen to be busy, and I'm on, I'm in a meeting, is what I told him. I said, I'm in a meeting. Maybe we can chat later, because I didn't know if he was coming to me with a question or what have you, and I didn't want to come across rude, because I really wasn't trying to be rude. It's just I had read it and did not get back to it, and I don't get back to a lot of messages. Anybody who knows me, they're like, yeah, try texting or sometime. So I finish up my call, I finish up doing a whole bunch of stuff, and a couple hours go by, and then he messages me again, and now he's pissed off at me because I didn't respond quick enough to his messages on Facebook. And I'm like, whoa, 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 you know, like I'm busy, I'm doing this. And I found myself like trying to give him just so that he was trying to shift his thinking as to, you know, I don't owe this. She doesn't owe me anything. We're not in a relationship. And I'm requesting of her at this time, this. So I'm like trying to shift his thinking in the kindest way possible. And then all of a sudden he comes back with basically, oh yeah, all right, fine. You're just another asshole. That's what he said to me. You're just another asshole who goes against their word and doesn't follow through and won't talk to me. I don't even know why I bother trying to make friends. And now he had fighting words from me because I was like, whoa, buddy. Like, I don't even know you. I have no clue who you are. What the heck? So I hit him with, you know, like, why are you putting all your power? Why are you giving me all your personal power right now? Why are you making that choice to give me all your personal power? Why are you putting me in charge of your emotional state? Why are you putting me in charge of it, whether your day is good or bad, this moment is good or bad? And this is a victim. This is really truly a victim mentality. And we went back and forth. And he's like, well, blah, 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 blah. You promised, he said, you promised when you got off your call that you would actually, that you would talk to me. And I said, well, no, I never promised, because here's the thing. The word promise rarely comes out of my mouth or on my fingertips. So if anybody ever says, you know, she promised, it's a bold-faced, like, inaccurate statement there, because I just don't use the word promise. I don't like the word promise because I know that we're going to break our promises and life happens and we're humans and all this sort of stuff. So I'm like, I just don't want to set that expectation there. I went back and I screenshotted the conversation, of which I never said promise. I never even said that I would talk to him or anything. I would just say, like, hey, maybe we can catch up another time. But I never said I promise that I'll talk to you as soon as I'm done with this call, or that I'll set aside time for you. So I just came in and it's like, I shared that and I was like, FYI, I never made a promise, as you can see here. And FYI, I don't normally have open communication like this with people on Facebook either, because my Facebook time is normally me connecting with friends, connecting with clients. And I informed them, I'm like, you know, I am a coach. People pay me pretty good money to sit here and chit chat with them and to run through things and to help them through their processing. And as I'm working with you, I'm actually giving you coaching advice here. So you're welcome for free. And you're like trying to smack me for it and calling me names. So at the end of it, he ended up blocking me. So he's never even going to see this, because he ended up blocking me because I'm a bitch. I'm an asshole for not being responsible for his emotions. And that got me thinking. Because I see this so much. I see this so much that I tend to go, why is it that we let our egos grab us by the balls, per se, and make us believe that somebody else is responsible for our internal world? And you could say, well, but you didn't do this, or you said that, or you were mean, or you were cruel, or you were rude, or I see Addison got called an arrogant bitch. She told me this yesterday. Somebody called her an arrogant bitch the other day in a similar situation. And it's like there's this expectation that, hey, baby.
Mom.
Hey, all right, mommy's doing this. No, mommy's on life. What, babe?
They said your shirt out.
Gabe has what?
He said your shirt out. No.
He stretched my shirt out. My kids use my t-shirts for night shirts. So now they're tattling on each other for stretching things out. Okay, boys, let mommy do this, okay?
No.
All right, don't. Then participate. All right, so
Pow,
going
pow,
back with...
Pow, pow, pow.
Stop.
My control.
Now they're chasing controllers. So we might get interrupted here. You might hear some squealing because they're fighting over a controller. They're watching cartoons. Because they're responsible for each other's emotional state of being. But that's really truly what it is. Actually, that's a great point there, because like I said, I felt yesterday like I was dealing with a 3-year-old. Well, I've got a 4 and a 6-year-old right now that are fighting over a controller, that are now like putting each other responsible for their emotions, right? But I'm sorry, I work with adults, and last time I checked, adults are supposed to be adults, right? We're not supposed to be acting like 3-year-olds. But often in this particular scenario, in multiple different ways, we do this in our romantic relationships. We do this with our friends, our family. We do this with our mentors, our coaches. We do this with our colleagues at work, with our bosses, with our jobs, with, with society in general, with what's going on. And we let every single thing basically control our emotional state. We put our power, our personal decisions, our energy into something else's control. And then we get mad at them when them does not meet our expectations, which is exactly what was going on yesterday for me. And I'm sure that this is what was going on for Addison when she was getting called an arrogant bitch, was that there was a certain level of expectation around, oh, if I send you a friend request, now you accept it, that means that we're going to be best buds now, and we're going to just chit chat up a storm. We're going to get to know each other. We're going to be like, hey girl, oh, da, 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 da. And it's just me. Well, Addison and I are pretty dang close, and we don't do that to each other. I am extremely close with my children and stuff. I have a lot of really great, fantastic, close relationships. And the closer relationships I have, we don't pick on each other back there going, hey, pay attention to me, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. What you doing? Pay attention to me, pay attention to me. That is not taking responsibility for your own life, for your own connection to self, for your own emotional state. That is complete and total victimhood. And when we put all of our power into something else's control like that, and we set such a high expectation, or any expectation at all in truth, around this other entity, stop please, around this other entity, then what ends up happening is people are sending me Facebook messages saying, hey, what you doing? Hey, look at my Facebook Live. Stop, bro. Then what we are truly doing is that we're making it where we're not in charge of our own happiness. We're not in charge of our own life path. We are so far out of soul alignment, and we wonder, why am I not happy? Why am I not, why am I not happy? Why am I not, making shit happen? Why is my life falling apart? Why does everybody treat me like this or like that? And it's because we're not in control of our life. We don't realize the power that we have, and we give it all away. All right, hold on. What do we have here? I haven't said good morning to a whole bunch of people. Oh, thank you, Ron. Yeah. Hold on, babe.
Yogurt.
All right, if I go get him a yogurt, I'm going to have peace and quiet and be able to finish this conversation with you. So I'm going to go grab 2 yogurt drinks for them. I will be right back. Do not leave, please, okay? I will be right back. Give me 30 seconds. See? I said 30 seconds? 30 seconds. Something like that. At least it felt like 30 seconds to me. So yeah, so here's the downright truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is that you're not responsible for anybody's emotions. They're not responsible for your emotions. And you owe nobody on this planet anything, and this world owes you nothing. And the sooner you can get that through your head, the happier your life is going to be, the better your life is going to be, the more empowered you're going to be, And the more you're going to just be able to go, fuck yes, I own my life, I claim my life, and I'm going to be able to just take this thing by storm. I really truly get in there and live because I get to make my own decisions. I get to own who I am. I get to do this. I. You can get into the I state and it's going to feel selfish. Ooh, selfish. You're going to go, oh, but does that make me a bad person if I basically say my truth? If I go, no, no, I'm busy. I can't do that. You're busy? You can't completely redirect your day for me? Well, that means that you're a bitch. That means you're an asshole. Does it? Does it really? Does it really mean that you're a bitch or an asshole if you put your life before everything else? If you put your happiness, your joy before everything else? This is kind of like being on an airplane, guys, and you have your kids next to you, and you go, and the airplane starts to get some issues and the little oxygen masks pop out. What does the flight attendants tell us? What does the whole spiel tell us? It tells us, put the oxygen mask on self first and then on your children. But you've got the baby in your arms and you don't want the baby to right? So you want to go oxygen to them. Well, what if you pass out? What if you pass out because you're not strong enough? What if you pass out because you haven't gotten the oxygen? You drop the baby dies when the baby could have lived. Something even worse happens if you could just put the oxygen on yourself and made yourself strong, that you could have dealt with the whole situation different. Now, that's exactly the same thing going on in lots of different sized ways in your life consistently. So if you think that you're being selfish, and it's a bad thing, if you think that you owe somebody something just because they're standing in your life, because they walked into your circle, because they sent you a friend request on Facebook, because they emailed you, because they random text messaged you, because they texted you at all, because they left you a voicemail, because you reached out to them, because they knocked on your door, because they live with you. If you think that you owe them, you don't. And the sooner you can realize that, the sooner you're taking that oxygen mask and you're putting it on your face. Oh, you're putting it on your face. Ooh, yogurt. Thank you. Strawberry yogurt lips. You're putting the oxygen mask on your face and you're making sure that you are in the strongest position possible. You're standing strong in yourself and you you're able to completely deal with everything that's coming at you. And it is truly about personal strength, because the more you can impact yourself, you can almost say that you have a spiritual responsibility. I know the word I'm going to use. You have a spiritual obligation. Oh, doesn't that sound good? Obligation. I have to do this. Okay. But here's the truth. You have a spiritual obligation to be your best, to be your strongest, to thrive. You are not on this planet to suffer, to wallow, to be a victim, to be pathetic, and to push everything off on everybody else and actually be a weight to the world. No, we are custodians of this world. We are seriously custodians of this world. And because we are custodians of this world, it is our obligation to impact in a positive way, to be the strongest person that we possibly can be. Number one, that means to be in soul alignment. And when in soul alignment, everything else operates completely differently. So if you look at it like that, then you're going to start to realize, well, I shouldn't be suffering, in this department. I shouldn't be suffering that. If I'm dealing with this, well, then why? Where am I giving my power away? Where am I not taking responsibility for myself? Where am I not in a soul alignment? Okay? Because all that suffering, all that stuff that's going on, it really truly is just that you're out of alignment and that you're giving yourself away. You're not embodying yourself. You're not strong in yourself. And because you're probably scared of being selfish. But selfishness is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. It's self-centeredness that is more of a negative charge. And selfishness is just taking that oxygen mask and putting it on yourself before you put it on your children, before you assist the person next to you, making sure that you are strong enough to be able to consistently help others. But if you completely deplete yourself, if you starve yourself, if you weaken yourself, you're not going to be strong enough to truly make an impact on this world in any fashion or form. Which means that you're not going to be the best parent, you're not going to be the best partner, you're not going to be the best, business owner, you're not going to be the best friend, the best child, the best sibling, the best human, the best lover, the best anything that you can be if you are weak in self, which means just don't give your power away. Hey, Ron. I find it more difficult at night alone. Empath, I agree with all of this. I would love to be able to practice this skill more effectively. Thank you for sharing that, Ron. Thank you. Addison, that's commerce, not love, relationship. Love to attend anything you're doing. Impact, yes, please. Thank you, Ron. Ron, I have tons of stuff out there, tons of workshops. I do encourage you to go to my website. I don't know if you're local to me or not, but I do encourage you to go to my website, kendalwilliams.com, and look at my all my different things that I have on there. Because I have tons of online courses and tons of stuff. And if you are local, I've always got something running. Matter of fact, I'm going to have a fantastic men's workshop coming up, which I don't have all the deets on yet. It's probably going to come out in either April or May. And it's going to be called Primal Reboot. And it is going to really show guys how to penetrate life the way you were intended. So it's going to be a 4-week intensive. This is not going to be for the faint of heart, guys. This is actually going to be for you gentlemen who really want to take life by the balls and really go out there and conquer some shit. So if you want to get back to those primal roots and tap into your masculine energy, but do it in a conscious fashion, then definitely keep your eyes open for Primal Reboot, because it will be coming out. I should have all the details written up on it probably by early next week and everything, because that just came through on a meditation. Anybody who's been watching me knows I had this meditation the other day, and I had like 5 different workshops, like whoosh, I love that when that happens. And it's like all this creative energy, and that was one that I was just like, ooh, this is like, I like it. So yeah. So yeah, this is just, I guess getting called an asshole yesterday was, it was a good thing. I was laughing. It was actually laughable, because I was like, this is absolutely fucking silly. This is so silly. Like, he's fighting with me, and then he blocked me as if I was attacking him, and he's the one calling me names. I mean, he's calling me names, and I'm just going, pause, like, where's this coming from? I don't, just because I said I don't owe you anything. I was like, I don't owe you anything. This is just the truth. And just like, block, you're an asshole. I'm like, okay, fine, yay. And there's the other thing. Little note, because this came up yesterday in a coaching session. Somebody was talking to me, and this is definitely, one of those things, like, we get told no, right? And we hate getting told no. It's kind of scary to get told no. But you kind of have to look at it as though it's a sales process with anything that we do. We're constantly selling, and every single no takes us closer to a yes. So anytime somebody says you're an asshole, you go, thank you for clarifying that this energy between us is not really in alignment. Like, I'd rather have you out of my life than have somebody that is trying to fuck up my energy and not vibing with me in my life. So I want my energy where my energy's really vibing and vibing high. If you're low and you're fucking low and you don't want to get out of it, you just want to wallow in that shit, then go wallow in that shit. Call me an asshole, call me whatever. Addison got called, right? Yeah, I'm just like, fine, then call me that. It's totally fine. Go wallow in your shit. That's cool. And I'm really like that with like everybody. People start wallowing, and I go, and I'm retreating. I'm retreating away from that negative vibe, because I don't want that. I don't want contaminated from any low vibe. And you're going to find that with anybody who is really doing their internal work, their soul growth work, and their expansion work, and really, like expanding out in who they are, and the thought leaders and the visionaries and the gurus, I hate that word, the people that are really like blowing and going and moving out there that we tend to take less shit, and we really do go, that's your responsibility, not mine, sorry, and we will step out of situations. We don't really find a need to like hang out there, and we'll do it with every single person in our life, every single scenario in our life, because we understand that, you know, when you get that wobble in your energy, you can't let anybody else put you in a wobble. And if you allow somebody to step in that's not vibing at that level, no matter how sad their story is, and no matter how much you go, oh, I really want to, you go, hey, let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Catch you later. That's shit. Love you. But you kind of retreat back. I mean, you can stand there, you can hold space for it for a degree, and you can try to help them out. But at some point, you got to keep this safe, energetic field right there for the most part, and just really allow yourself to go, all right, it doesn't mean that I have to fully step away forever. It just means that I'm retreating for a second while you're moving through your stuff. I'm here for you, but don't expect me to linger there with you. And, you know, that's that. Like, if you get told no, just realize that you need to be saying thank you for the no's. Say thank you for the no's, and realize that that's just telling you, hey, this energy is not a connection. It's not bad that you got told a no. It's just source, God, universe, whatever, your soul telling you this is not in alignment. So thank goodness that you just got told to no, because otherwise you could have spent months or years playing with something that wasn't even yours to play with. It wasn't even meant for you. Any other notes on that? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Ron, I got asked to leave a circling group because I pointed out that wallowing was not healthy for me. Well, not your circling group, I would say, because you don't want to circle in a wallowing bullshit of the wallowing, I would say. So just step the fuck out of that group and go find a high vibe group. I mean, like, seriously, congratulations for getting thrown out of a circling group. Definitely not your clan, not your tribe. Just say thank you, thank you, thank you. I get thrown out of everything. All right, guys. As always, stop existing, start living. You can catch me tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee sometime throughout the day. I'll probably be in the morning. I was going to go camping tomorrow, but I looked at the weather. And it's supposed to be thunderstorms tomorrow too. So I think I might be going camping Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Although it's all dependent on if my daughter pops out, my grandchild. My daughter is due on Sunday with my first grandbaby, and she is definitely like contracting, and she's got a show, and you do all this different stuff, you know, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I just want her to have that baby. And we're just like, oh, you want to hang out, you don't want to go camping though, because you're gonna want to hang out with her. I'm like, fuck no. Like, I'm gonna be there for the birth. I'm gonna help her through everything, because she's doing an all natural water birth. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be there for the birth. And then the last thing she's going to want is me hanging out and like picking on her. And not to mention her fiance's mom is going to be around like, if you have a baby, the last thing you want is a whole bunch of company. And I live right next door to her, so I will catch her on that too. But it's definitely. So anyways, I don't know if I'm going camping tomorrow. The weather changes. You're going to see Conscious Coffees coming from Dinosaur Valley and Fossil Rim and out in the whatever. As best, I'll be walking around like trying to get the best reception possible, but you'll get to see a little bit of North Texas probably, because I will try to do Conscious Coffee from out there. But tomorrow, no matter what, I will be doing it in the morning. If I am going camping, it'll be in the afternoon, and if I'm not going camping, well, that doesn't really matter, does it? Doesn't much matter. Ron, do you do this every day? Yes, I do. I do almost every single day. I do have days that I miss. Sometimes I miss a week. But I do Conscious Coffee from pretty much anywhere that I'm at. So you can catch me if you just go through my videos. Or if you go and you click on my coaching page, Kendal Renee Williams. That's my coaching page. There is a whole bunch of videos from the last like year and a half on there. So definitely make sure that you check that out. Hi, baby. He likes to be on video. This is my little showman right here. Little showman. Okay. If I've said anything on here that is touching to you, please hit the share button. Thank you for all your likes, your loves, your comments, for sticking with me through my interruptions right here and all my craziness. I love you guys, and I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. Be sure to check out my website at www.kendalwilliams.com and to see all the events that I have on there. You can check out my calendar with all my local events and all my online events, which are on there, and then also, of course, all my programs, courses, and all that other good stuff. Catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.